I'll invite you to think back to when you were a young person, a teen, or in your childhood. And not all of us, had a camp experience or summer camp of some kind, but perhaps you could think back to when you had an experience in nature as a young person, when that time in the natural world maybe felt healing or relaxing or nourishing for you. And maybe just seeing in your mind and the power of your imagination what that looked like, sounded like, smelled like for you. If that's not something that feels accessible or a memory for you, maybe reaching out a little further and thinking back in your childhood or young adulthood when you had someone that was encouraging you or cheering you on. Maybe there was just even one time when there was something challenging or new and you had the space to be brave or to have the support to choosing courage in an experience. Some of what I was describing is some of the power and impact for, I think, what our youth get to experience at Camp Hope. Hope and support and the healing of nature and new experiences and getting encouraged and cheered and building relationships. But there's a lot more to it.
Camp Hope America is a national organization, and we're an affiliate site. It's a partnership between a Safe Place Family Justice Center and Clackamas Women's Services in Oregon City. In 2015, Camp Hope America Oregon was founded. We're really excited to be back for our 9th year of overnight camp. It's great that we're able to continue to offer this service for free. Generally speaking, it's a week-long summer camp and then year-long mentoring program afterwards. That supports youth who have witnessed or experienced family violence. There's a pretty big age range from 6 to 17, and we engage in a lot of different activities. It kind of changes from year to year. Some of them are more adventurous and some of them are a little bit more relaxed. It's a very supportive environment. As Laurel mentioned, the importance of cheering for everybody that comes. And supporting effort, supporting just stepping out of their comfort zone. This year, we're really excited. We are implementing a new weekend session for our 7 and 9-year-olds and their families. So we got a lot of, when we would tell parents and caregivers about this, they'd be like, oh, can we join? Kind of jokingly, but maybe not jokingly. And so we wanted to give them an opportunity to experience camp. And so in addition to, joining us with their young ones, we have a weekend session, which we're really excited about. And then 2 week-long sessions for different age groups. That's 9 to 12 and then 12 to 16, because there's obviously a big maturity level between those two age ranges. And yeah, it's a very trauma-informed staff. We do a lot of training, and there's a lot of positive role models in there to build those connections, to build those safe adults that all of our campers can feel comfortable sharing experiences with, but just opening up and being vulnerable with. We're out in nature, we are experiencing nature, we're living in nature, and we're doing a lot of fun activities, field games, campfire, all those fun things. And then we want to kind of stoke those mentorship opportunities. So the year-round mentoring program called our Pathways to Hope program, to keep those connections alive throughout the rest of the year. Because at the end of the day, while there might be a lot of change that a camper can go through over the course of a week, it is just a week. And so we wanted to continue those relationships throughout the rest of the year. These are kind of our core tenets of Camp Hope. The first is challenge by choice. We talk a lot about just stepping out of your comfort zone, not into your panic zone, right? Because not a whole lot of growth happens there, but just stepping outside of your comfort zone and recognizing that looks different for everybody. And then we also have a very intentional curriculum, right? Because we do have a lot of opportunity for play. And it is very fun and it's very collaborative, and we build those relationships, but we also want to schedule time for more intimate connection. And so we call that small group time, and we talk about hope heroes. These are people, sometimes they're more public figures, sometimes they're less public figures that have maybe experienced similar things to some of our campers. And we're able to read about them, to learn from them, and have a structured discussion about them. to create that pathway to hope, right? To have role models that campers can look at and say, they did that, maybe I can too. And then we have Hope Olympics. They're fun, but it's also about cheering for them and making sure that they feel recognized and supported in whatever they attempt to do. And then we have Campfire, right? It's kind of more traditional campy, but we always talk about where we saw hope for that day. And we ask everybody to share. And it might be a small thing, it might be a very big thing, but we really want to map out that intentional time about learning and hearing where folks saw hope. We find that also, helps people practice looking for hope and finding hope in their lives, in their day-to-day lives. And you can also study hope. So we do a survey before camp, at the end of each week of camp, and then a month afterwards. And we send those results to the University of Oklahoma, and they are able to study hope and its impact on well-being and its impact on our campers. And so it's really important work, and it's also really kind of cool to be a part of a larger study that's been going on for years and years and years.
The Camp Hope team, the adults that support all of our campers, we have camp counselors, and they are intentionally in that age range of 17 to 25. And it's really beautiful to see kind of this natural cycle that often happens where all the youth that are at Camp Hope, are either already served in some way through CWS or Family Justice Center. So coming and being camper, and then oftentimes they then want to become a counselor with us. So that's really amazing. And we also have what we call Hope Leaders or volunteers, CWS staff. Clackamas County Sheriff's Office are a partner with us. They often bring horses, and that's amazing. Our campers get to ride them, brush them, experience being with horses at camp. All of those partners are always out of uniform. And Safe Place Family Justice Center staff also partner up. We have a great team of medical volunteers who are licensed and provide constant medical support for our campers. So really caring folks. All of our volunteers and staff have a 40-hour training for domestic violence advocacy and Camp Hope training. So it's great. And the beauty of this is it's not just, a summer camp. This is all year round, staying connected and having that mentoring relationship for these young people. Some of these events are open to the caregivers, the whole household. These events, are just open invite, not mandatory or required, but open all year round. Some of these events that we've done in the past, pool party, Snow Much Fun is a holiday event that is, this year we had 145 folks there doing photos and crafts and eating together. We rented the Oaks Park Cinema and watched a film in Spanish and English. Lots of just, really enjoyable experiences, and youth look forward to seeing their Camp Hope adults and counselors and staff and getting to have these free new experiences sometimes. It's so important amongst staff in a workplace, bringing in play. If you've got a team meeting, a staff, a professional development day, quick things like Minute to Win It are great. Any ways to bring it in is, building relationship.
I know with camp counselors, oftentimes, they might come in, they might not know people, so building those connections, and we talk about taking off your cool jacket or ripping up your cool card, right? But also creating a supportive environment where we are giving them permission to be silly, to be goofy, to be playful, and know that we're going to support them and that we're not going to say, oh, that looks weird. We're not going to be judgmental of them. It's we will give them permission, and that, translates to at camp, and then hopefully, beyond, that it has for me.